Happy Weeb Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. The One Day Week, where I bring you guys an anime that deserves a reboot, or a manga, manhwa, light novel, or webtoon that deserves an anime of its own. And since it just got announced that we're getting a sequel series to Ronin Warriors in 2026, which I am extremely excited for, and called, by the way, considering I made a video about that a little over a year ago, I think we should keep that throwback trend alive by giving a reboot to Zoids Chaotic Century, which is kind of what you get if the Gundam series was made by Animal Planet instead. Anyway, this is the story of Van Flyhide, a young man living on Planet Z where giant mechanized animals known as Zoids roam the planet. And if you're somebody with enough skill and you're chosen by a Zoid, you can actually end up becoming a Zoid pilot and fight in the army if you so choose. And you would think that Van would be an amazing Zoid pilot considering his father's a legendary pilot and the best one in the entirety of his village. Unfortunately for Van though, he's never been able to make an old Zoid move or been able to pilot any of the wild ones. That is until one day he stumbles into some ancient ruins and finds a young girl named Fiona and a small Zoid that he named Zeke. And with their help, Van's finally able to pilot a Zoid all his own and set off on a journey to explore the world and help Fiona recover her lost memories. Now, this series did get an anime back in the 90s that had 67 episodes and was an amazing story that still holds up to this day, and I would highly recommend everybody to go watch. But there's also a manga that's completely different from the anime, and it's also a pretty amazing story, so if they're going to give this series a remake, I could see them adapting the manga instead of just redoing the entirety of the anime all over again. And if I was gonna let anybody animate this one, it would have to be Sunrise. They're kind of the biggest and best name in the mecha genre of anime, which is exemplified by how well they've handled the entirety of the Gundam series. But that'll take care of things for this week, and be here next week for another